Welcome to Unit 2 of this first module, The Cycle of Violence and Techniques for Recognition and Intervention. This unit will guide you through one of the most important concepts for understanding and ultimately preventing gender-based violence. We'll explore how abusive dynamics often follow a recurring pattern and what practical steps can be taken to recognize and address them. Unfortunately, emotional relationships built on distorted forms of love are far more common than many realize, yet only a small percentage are ever reported. By looking closely at the patterns that underpin these relationships, we can begin to see how they take hold, why they can be so difficult to leave, and how recognition is the first step toward breaking free. In 1979, psychologist Leonore Walker described the cycle of violence, a framework that shows how abusive relationships operate in a spiral. Tension builds, violence escalates, and then subsides, only for the cycle to begin again. The aggressor often uses control and manipulation techniques, while the victim, over time, becomes increasingly passive and resigned to the pattern. Breaking this cycle is rarely straightforward. Even in the face of pain and harm, the relationship can create a dysfunctional equilibrium that feels familiar, especially for emotionally vulnerable individuals, making it harder to walk away. Understanding the stages of the cycle helps us recognize warning signs earlier. Once the pattern is identified, victims and those around them can take steps toward intervention, opening the door to safety and recovery. A major barrier to intervention is the belief, which is common among victims, that they are somehow to blame for their partner's behavior. This self-blame strengthens the abuser's control and delays help seeking. Effective recognition and intervention techniques must therefore address not only the outward signs of abuse, but also the internalized beliefs that keep victims trapped. Comprehensive psychological support can challenge maladaptive thinking, rebuild self-esteem, and provide practical tools for autonomy and safety planning. For educators, colleagues, and friends, intervention starts with listening without judgment, creating a safe space for disclosure, and connecting individuals with professional help. Recognizing red flags, such as controlling behaviors, isolation from friends and family, and cycles of affection followed by hostility, can make the difference between continued harm and a path to safety. As you consider the cycle of violence, think about the ways you can contribute to early recognition and safe intervention. If you noticed a learner, colleague, or friend displaying signs of being in such a relationship, what steps could you take? Your awareness and response can be so important, whether it's offering a compassionate conversation, signposting to professional support services, or actively challenging harmful narratives that excuse abusive behavior. Through embedding recognition and intervention skills into your daily practice, you help to create environments where safety, respect, and dignity are upheld, and where cycles of violence have less chance to take root. Breaking the cycle of violence starts with awareness. Through understanding its dynamics and responding with empathy and professionalism, you can help victims take all-important first steps toward safety, healing, and empowerment. Every act of recognition and support matters, because awareness is not just knowledge. It's the beginning of change.